There have been few linebackers at the University of Miami that have had the impact of number 52, Ray Lewis. Slips to the outside, tries to stiff arm, and couldn't get by Ray Lewis. Lewis came to Miami from Kathleen High School in Lakeland, where he was team MVP in his junior and senior seasons. As a freshman for the Hurricanes, he started the season's final 5 games, racking up an impressive 81 tackles and earning freshman All-America honors. In his sophomore season, Lewis became a star, starting all 11 games while leading the team with 152 tackles, including 9 for losses. He was an All-Big East selection and earned first-team All-America honors from the Football News. But in his junior season, Lewis turned in one of the greatest seasons ever for a Hurricanes defensive player. Option, plays repeats. Nowhere. Ray Lewis. When he left for the NFL after his junior season, Lewis had led Miami in tackles for 22 consecutive games, was a consensus All-American, and runner-up for the Butkus Award. Lewis has established himself in the NFL as one of the game's most feared defensive players. Twice he has been named the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year and was MVP of Super Bowl 35 as the Baltimore Ravens defeated the New York Giants. Lewis was the unquestioned leader of a defense that allowed the fewest points ever over a 16-game season. One of the greatest linebackers in Hurricanes history tonight enters the University of Miami Sports Hall of Fame, Ray Lewis.
Oh, good evening to everyone. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Good evening to everyone. I tell you, I had all of these notes right here because I saw Ryan writing notes. I saw Coach Hamilton writing notes. I saw everybody come up here with notes. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna write me a couple of notes down so I can remember something. But you know what? I just can't do it. I can't do it. I tell you, first and foremost, God is so amazing. He is truly so amazing the way he strategically puts people in your lives and strategically places you in places that you just never know where you're going to land, and you never know how you're going to be there or what road you might take. And just for you telling that story, you know, when I did shake the hand of the defensive coordinator of Florida State, I said, truthfully, and I felt this in my heart, I said, how you know I'm not better than Derrick Brooks right now? You see, because they judge people on what they saw on film and never judge you about the way you look at them in the eye. And I felt that I had something very special, but God also knew he had something very special for me to be a Hurricane for the rest of my life. Because that's the way, and that's my mentality. And that's why this road has led me to where I am today. I have to give all credit to him because he's first and foremost in my life. He's truly the creator of every walk, every simple conversation I've ever had. And to my family, wow, words can only go so far when you try to speak about someone who fed you, someone who took you from a child and said, you know what, you don't owe me nothing, but I'm going to make sure you're okay. To my grandmother, who was my backbone in my life, words, man. See, you have to be very careful with words because words sometimes don't express the way we feel about our parents. You see, when I step on a football field, when I stepped on a football field as a child, I felt something. I felt I couldn't let my family down. That's why I play the way I play. My grandmother and my grandfather, Lord rest in peace, they was there. They was there through whatever, good, bad, lose, whatever. And so when you go back and you reflect, once you become a man, we take those moments carelessly. We really do, because we never know the struggles that they go through just to give us a bologna sandwich, to say an orange, just to say, here go a little bit of energy, So my family, to my grandmother, to my uncle, to my backbone of who I am, to my father, to my stepfather, to my sister Lisa, to my kids. When daddy go out to play, daddy know y'all watching. That's why daddy do what he do. I don't understand what getting tired means. I really don't. I really don't. And as a child, I used to be so hyper. I was in the 6th grade, and I shouldn't tell this story because this gives my mother's confidence as if she can still whoop me. Yeah. And I'm not. But when I was in the 6th grade, I was in class, and I used to always make people laugh and I always try to make people smile. And I was being the class clown one day, and my mom, the teacher had called my mom, and I didn't know she called my mom. So I'm sitting in the class, and I'm just making everybody laugh. I'm picking at the teacher. I'm making faces behind the teacher. And the door opens. Now, I tell you, it's a lot of scary things that I've been through in my life. But when I looked to my right and saw my mom coming through my door, I really did not know what to do. But after she got doing what she came to do, I realized what I had to do to become a successful man in life. And that is to channel what I was doing. And it's the same reason why I'm truly trying to say why I'm up here tonight. Tiana, the mother of my kids, most times my other half, but I come to tell you, I always thought she was my better half, because she's always been there for me. We was together in college. We still are just raising our kids, beautiful young boys who's just doing tremendous things. And I mean, Monty, man, my trainer, there's not too many times that I get up that I don't want to work out. But this guy, when I walk into my room with him, he gives me something that I can't explain, what he does for me. To my Aunt Gwen, every time I came home and wanted to quit, every time I came home and didn't want to keep fighting, you was there for me. You was there for me. She always kept me focused. My sister Lisa, man, she's everything to me. She's an angel sent from heaven. To this committee, to the University of Miami, to every man sitting at this table. They always say, they save the best for last. I'm not the best, because every man sitting up there, I watched Darren Smith, I watched Ryan McNeil, I watched Coach Hamilton, I was with Father Leo. Every man sitting at this table is a success in somebody's eyes. And man, my thing for being up here tonight is to truly say this from the bottom of my heart. University of Miami, I appreciate everything that anybody has ever done for me. Randy Shannon, words can't even explain the many times this man had to get me back in order. Just to tell me, I know what you think you can do. My linebacker coach, Randy, man, he knew what was inside of me. When I started playing weak side linebacker, I told him, I said, Randy, I can't play weak side linebacker. And he looked at me and he was like, well, why you can't play? I said, Randy, because I'm going to overrun every play. I said, you got to put me in middle. And he understood that. He really understood that. And we grew together as men. And when we started studying together, my game started growing. So, Randy, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, because you led me to be the man that I am, to study the game that I study. Miss Anna Price, your last name says enough. It's priceless. You are priceless to me. You are priceless to my heart. I'm talking about my athletic ability was one thing, but keeping me on track. And I mean, sometimes it was ugly. Sometimes after I left you, I cried, I mourned, everything. But I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you've done for me, just for keeping me as a man, making me be accountable to who I am today. so I can look at my mom after going back and get my degree, after going to do the things that I've set out to do a long time ago. I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is, I tried to explain this to someone earlier. When I got the last scholarship to the University of Miami, I had nowhere else to go. I mean, really, I had nowhere else to go. So when Dennis Erickson saw me play my last game against Jamie German, and let me mention that we did lose that game by a lot. So that really didn't sit well with me, because I cried tears because I knew that I couldn't see where I was trying to go. I didn't know my next step. I didn't. So all I knew was that road had came to an end for me. But when we made the phone call to the University of Miami, and they told me that I had a scholarship, to the University of Miami, my grandmother, my aunt, piled up in a car. In less than 4 days, I came down here with one pair of jeans, one pair of shoes, and 3 T-shirts. And I ain't looked back since. So, tonight's honor, please let no inductee that's sitting at this table not realize why you're here. Most of the times we believe we're being honored because of us. Well, we're being honored because we've leaving a legacy for someone else to do something great. There are kids that's watching us every day, and hey, we may go through whatever we may go through, but I stop to tell you, what defines a man or woman is not what you go through, it's how you deal with it. And when you come out on the other side, who you're willing to tell what made you a better person. Discipline. And my mom installed this in me a long time ago. Discipline requires you to do your very best, even when no one is watching. Anyone can do anything in front of a crowd. But when you find yourself in a dark room, when you find yourself lonely, who do you really lean on? Who do you really lean on when you need to push yourself one more time? I tell you what, and I'll leave you with this tonight, because this honor for me, I can't live for tomorrow. Yesterday gone. This honor right now today is the happiest moment in my life. Because I can't tell you, I can't express what I'm trying to tell everybody up here tonight. But I will leave you with this. Success is not found in anything that you can put in your hand, and when you open it, it falls out. Success is found within. So the day we get ready to find success, I thank the Hall of Fame for inducting me for all of my success. Thank you.
You're